Hello everyone, I hope you are well. Let's talk about Mullen Automotive, the stock that is just always got something going on here. So recent news with Mullen here, let's talk about this, skim over what's going on. Mullen has just come out and said this about the following situation that's going on here, and this situation has been going on. This isn't like really new. We were talking about this months ago with Mullen. They came out and said this, so we'll talk about that in a minute. But Mullen announced today that the company has retained Mr. Christian here, formerly known as Christian Levin Law Group, and in partnership to combat the naked short selling activities. So here's what I'm going to say about this situation. I don't think this is like a front for any. There's really no good way to say this. I'm going to be completely honest. Mullen did this a few months ago when their stock was in a lot of trouble. They came out and said, hey, we think there's short selling going on here, and we're going to get down to the bottom of it because we can't get things just going here with our stock. And people were like, you know what? You're right. You need to do something about this. Get with it. And the stock shot up. And once again, we're seeing this with Mullen, which, I mean, it's good. If something is going on, they need to do it. I just know a lot of people that I've even talked to have been like, all right, what's going on here? There's things happening here. The stock has shot up a tad bit. We've gone from a 10 to a 17. But yes, Mullen, if you don't know, and this is what people need to understand, man, this is the dangerous situation. This is where people, you know, they don't get real information and they get stuck in something, and then when it goes all tumbling downhill, people come back and like give other people death threats and want to sue people. Mullen has until August to get their stock above $1, at least $1, because NASDAQ has already informed them that if they do not do this, they will be delisted. So more than not, Mullen will take another reverse stock split here. So people that were already stuck in the last reverse split could potentially go through another reverse split here, which the next one will be massive. It will probably be a 1 for 100, 150. It will be something gigantic to really get this stock over $1 and probably shoot it up to like a $3 to $4 range. That's probably logistically where it's going to go to give Mullen some chewing ground here. But how long that's going to last, I don't know. The real situation that Mullen needs right now, it needs money. It needs a shite load of money. Big investors right now, firms, millionaires, people that can really change the momentum of where the stock is, they are not buying into Mullen right now. We're not seeing these massive buy-ins. So this is why people need to be aware and be warned. Like, listen, I'm not saying that Mullen, when I talk about this reverse split stuff and what's really going on here, people get so mad. It's like, I'm not saying bad things about Mullen. I like Mullen. I want Mullen to work. I want everyone to make a buck off this. I really do. But I do think we all need to be informed of what's going on here, because there's a lot of FOMO out there. There's a lot of people saying that Mullen's going to $3, for God's sakes. I'm like, how? Why? Yeah, with the reverse split, what money are we talking about? Now, the CEO, David here, he did say a few months ago on Twitter that Mullen would be releasing their vehicles in July here, their personal vehicle for individuals. We're not seeing that right now, so hopefully something more gets said on that. Mullen is famous for just like saying things and then they just don't ever talk about it again. So going back to these combating these naked short selling activities, like I said, we've seen this before with Mullen, so I don't know. There's a part of me that goes like this was a PR stunt to because they knew this would make investors happy. People that are pissed off, people that are like, what is going on with the company? What's going on? Are we going to talk about Lawrence? No one's talking about Lawrence partying in Florida with a bunch of hookers and cocaine. No one's talking about that. These are situations that people are just really iffy about with putting loads of money into Mullen. You have to look at Mullen right now, a situation, 4 months ago, there was people that were really hyped about Mullen. They were putting thousands and thousands of dollars into it. Bad news after bad news, a little bit of lies here and there. Deadlines not met. Some good news in the middle of that situation too. There were deals being made and deals completed. But then we had a reverse split, and then the stock continued to go down, and a lot of people were just buried in this stock right now, and it is more than likely going to get worse for them before it gets better. Talking about this reverse split, Mullen has not talked about it. They obviously are not talking about it. When they did their last reverse split here just almost 2 months ago, they announced it hours before the market closed going into the next day. I think they announced it like at 3:30 on a Friday, so people were scrambling to sell out on a Friday, and then that Monday it just reset itself. And more than likely that will be the case with this next reverse split when it does happen. So listen, I'm not like wishing everyone bad luck here. I know people get so mad when I start talking about it's people just want me to come on here and go like, Mullen is amazing, they're doing phenomenal things, they've got battery technology that you've never seen before, and they're probably going to be a $10 stock by the end of the year. That is not what I'm saying right now. I'm saying that Mullen is fighting for survival right now. Mullen is fighting for survival, and a lot of us are wishing them well, and we want them to do well. There's just some business things that are going on right now that are going to happen one way or another. So friends, with all that said, listen, I honestly, God, I'm wishing everyone the best of luck here. I'm not even going to go over the chart. I don't really think there's need to go over the chart. Mullen is surviving on news here and there. Obviously, Mullen is not moving enough on news with deals. It's not moving really much more on the news that just came out about, combating these short sellers. It might go to a 20, but it's going to need more news, and I think people are going to get greedy here, and I don't think there's a lot more food left on the lunch table right now, and it's about to get really ate up, and you're about to see a feeding frenzy because, like I said, there's people that are out, really under right now with Mullen, and they're going to try to get every little piece of money back they can. So even if Mullen were to probably walk back up into like a 30-40 cent zone, if it could pull that off this week going into next week, sometime this month, because this is really this is the Hail Mary right here, it would be really difficult. It would be almost impossible for Mullen to make it that far because people would be selling out at such massive numbers. I mean, you got to think people are new into Mullen right now, buying it. They bought it 10 cents just a few days ago, and now they're going to be selling at 17-20 cents, making double, triple the amount of money that they put into the stock. So people are going to take money. They're going to take their earnings and leave, and they may not come back. So be prepared for Mullen to lose a lot of this volume. Hopefully try to pick it back up, but stocks are famous for being creatures of habit, and investors the same way. So if it makes it to 20 and sustains 20, I would be shocked. I hope I'm terribly wrong, but I would be shocked. Friends, I'll talk to you soon. Take care, everyone. Bye bye.